A very good evening to all. Thank you for joining. Today we have the second session of the PyCode sessions, and today we are going to learn how to use conditional statements to display the days of the week. We have an exciting session lined up for you, and we will start the session now. Mr. Raju is going to be taking the session. Thank you.
Thanks, Aditya. And now let's continue with the session. Okay. So before we start the session, and we can have a quick revision of the activity that we have done in the previous class. So let's in the previous session we have learned about the activity think a number. In think a number, we have learned about the variable. Okay, there are few concepts we have learned in the previous session, that is variable and data type. So first we will discuss these concept, and then we will quickly do the previous activity so that it will be remember, and then we will start the new activity. Okay, so I hope we can start now. So first let's start with the concept of variable. So what is variable? Let's discuss that. So in computer programming, if you want to store anything, you need to create a variable. So think variable like a box, and in that box you can store anything. For example, I have a water bottle right now, right? So this is a box, right? This is a box, and inside this box, what you are storing? You are storing water, correct? So this bottle becomes the variable, and inside this you are storing the water. So what is water? Water becomes the value. Okay, just like that, in variable we can store numbers, words, letter, and decimal number. So let's do a quick revision what is variable, and then we will move to the next concept. Okay, so I'm going to use the whiteboard to explain it. So what I told you, variable is a box. Okay, it is a box, and inside this box I can save anything like numbers, like letter, like words, like you can say decimal number. So anything we can store in that number. So let's have a let's see how we can store. So suppose you want to store a number 5. So for storing number 5, you need to create a box. Okay, so this box is the variable, and now what I have to store? I have to store a number which is 5. So inside this box I will put number 5. So this is the concept of variable. Okay, I hope this is clear. So inside this I can store the number 5. Okay, so whatever you store inside the variable, that is called value. Okay, so we store value inside the variable. I hope this is clear for everyone. Now let's go to the next part. So the box name is your variable name. So variable is the box, the value inside the variable, the number inside the variable is the value, and the box name is your variable name. So we can put the name anything, right? We can put the name of this box to anything. Suppose we are making a game. So this box, I can make this box name score. So now this box can store numbers inside it, and we can say we are storing score for a game, right? So this is the concept of variable. Just like this, in this water bottle, I am storing water. In this box, I am storing number. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. What we can store inside the variable. Okay. So one thing we need to understand, that inside the variable we can store only number, letter, word, or decimal number. So I'm going to write this. So what we can store? We can store number, letter, word, decimal number. Okay, so these are the these are the values we can store in a variable. Now if you are making a variable, you can store only one value. Okay, so suppose I am making a variable, so I can store only one value, which is like, suppose I can store 5, so I can store only number inside that variable. Just like I am going to pick the same example again. In this water bottle, this water bottle is used to store water, so I can store water only. Okay, so I cannot store any other thing. I can store only water in this bottle, because I made this variable for storing only water. Same way, when we create the variable, we have to decide what we want to store. We want to store a word number, we want to store a letter, we want to store a word, or we want to store a decimal number. It is up to us. Okay, so if we want to store a number, now the variable can store only the number. Okay, so whatever the value you want to decide to store, there you have to first understand that you need to pick that thing. Okay, and this is called data type. What it is? It is data type. So the value that you are storing inside the variable, the type of that value is called data type. So number is a data type. So if I make a variable to store a number, it will only store a number. So I hope data type is clear for everyone. Then in the previous class, we have also discussed about inputs. Okay, now what is input? Okay, so suppose so many people are using your program, correct? You have made a calculator and many people are using your calculator. So everybody want to put their number in, right? So how they can put the number in the calculator? They need to use input device for that. So suppose I have a keyboard, so I can put the number by using my keyboard. So with the help of input, for input block, I can put my value to the variable by using the keyboard. Okay, understood? So this is the concept of input function. Now let's do the quick activity of think a number, so that we understand the previous activity, and now we can move to the today's activity, and we will learn the today's concept. Okay, so I hope you understand everything that we have learned in the previous class, and now we will do a small activity so that all things will be clear. Okay, so let's start doing that. So I'm going to share my screen, and this platform name is AI Connect. Okay, so I hope all of you have opened this platform, and now in this platform we are going to do our code. So the first thing that we need to do, everyone, if you didn't create a project in the AI Connect, first please create a project. Now how to create the project, let me tell you. So there is a button called create project. You have to press that button, and then it is asking for the project name. So you can put the project name like PyCode, because we can put the project name PyCode, and inside this project we will put all the project that we have to make. Okay, so all the activity that we are going to learn in this all course, we will put all the project inside the all the activity inside the PyCode. Okay, so if you press the create button, it will create the project. So I'm just showing you where I can now see it has created a project for me. Okay, now let's create the activity think a number that we have already learned in the previous class. So I'm going to click on basic Python, because this is the activity for basic Python, and here I have to write the activity name. So let's do think a number. Now here I need to select the project. So I will click on PyCode, because we are going to do it in the PyCode. So I will select the PyCode, and now we are ready to do the activity. So once I will click on create button, then it will create the activity. So let's go inside the PyCode, and let's do think a number. Okay, so if I click on think a number, it will open a new page for me where I can do the activity. Okay, so for a minute, let me just explain all the things that is present in this activity. Okay, So this is blocks that we will use. This is the coding area that we will use to do the activity, and this is the result. Like the result will be displayed on this part of the screen. Okay, so now let's do the activity. So in the previous activity, we have to think a number. So for that, I'm going to create a variable first. So how to create the variable? I will click on variable, create a new variable, and here I will put number. So it will take the number. Now I will not put the number. Who will put the number? The user will put the number. So to put the number by the user, we need to go to input, and here there is a block called input. Now, what is this with prompt? Here you can write the message. Okay. So what you will write, whatever you want to enter by the user, you will write that message here. So I want to enter the number. So I will write enter a number. Okay. So now user will see this message and he will enter the number. Let's print the number. So for print, we will go to the output and we will take print. Okay. Now I will take numbers and it will print the number. So I hope this simple program is clear for everyone. So I can put the number now. When I enter, I can see the number also because I use print. Okay. Now for think a number, what I will do, I will use mathematical operator. And now what I will do, I will store a new number inside my number variable. So I will use mathematical operator and I will add a number in my number variable. So to add it, what I will do, I will pick number. So whatever the number you will put, that number plus which number, I'm going to take number. From the number, I will take number block and I will put 5. So number plus 5 equals to whatever the result you will get. So suppose I enter 12. So 12 plus 5, 17. So now the new in the variable, what number is stored? 17 is stored. Okay. Now let's do the same thing. I will right click on it. I will press the duplicate. So duplicate the same block. And here I will use the multiplication operator. And I will change the number. Let's pick another number 2. So now first it will add the number and then it will multiply the number by 2. Now let's print the result. So I will print the result with a message. So I will put the message. So for putting the message, I will put this double quotes block. Okay. And inside this, I can put the message. So the number is, and now I can show the number. So again, I have to show the number. So I will use print block and then I will use number. Now, this is the previous act. We have completed the previous activity. And now let's check whether this activity is working properly or not. Okay. So I will press the run button to run the code. And here the first question it is asking is enter the number. There is a problem. Let's see where will it make the problem or not. So I'm entering 12. When I enter 12, it is showing 12 only. You know the reason? Because I am not storing the number. I am storing the word. This 12 is not a number, it is a word. So to make this number a number, okay, the variable number a number, I have to go to conversion and I have to pick integer. So whatever the block you will put inside the int block, that block will become a number. So I want to put my number inside the int block and now this will become the number. So now it becomes the number. So it becomes 12, number 12 plus number 5. So it give you 17 as the result. Now I have to do it again. So I will do it here also. And now let's check the code again. So it will be 12, enter. And now we got the number 34 because 12 plus 5, 17. Then 17 multiplied by 2 is 34. Okay. So this is all for the previous activity. Now let's understand what we will do in today's activity. So in today's activity, what we are going to do, we are going to display the week according to the number. Okay. So suppose I use number 1. So if I use number 1, I want to print Monday on the screen because the first day of the week is Monday. Same way, if I put 2 number, then it will show Tuesday, 3 for Wednesday, then so on. Okay, so this is our activity we are going to do. Now, before we start the activity, let's understand few concepts first, and then we will go to the activity. Now, I'm going to show my whiteboard again. And the first thing that we will learn today is comparison operator. Okay. Now, what is this comparison operator? So, what is comparison operator? When you compare left side with the right side, that is for comparing left side value to the right side value, we need a operator that is called comparison operator. So in your mathematical class, you have learned so many mathematical symbols. So don't worry, we are going to use those symbols to actually compare to left side value to right side value. Okay. Now let's understand that. So the first comparison operator that we will see is double equal to. Now, this is not the normal equal to, this is double equal to. It has a special meaning. Okay. So suppose I created a variable number, which is n. I created a variable n, and I want to show that n is equals to 5 or not. Okay. Now I'm taking the number from the keyboard. Okay. So someone press n equals to 7. Now it becomes false. Why? Because inside n we have stored 7, and we are comparing 7 with 5. So it is wrong. 7 is not equal to 5. Okay. So that is wrong. So it will give us false. Okay. It is wrong. So it will give us false. Now, same way, if I put the number 5 inside someone again press the number inside the keyboard, by the keyboard, they press the number 5. So now 5 is equal to 5. When the number inside the variable is equal to the number which you have written in the right side, then it becomes true. Yes, 5 is equal to 5. So we will say that it is true. So I hope this double equal to operator is clear for everyone. And now, if I hope this is clear, then there are other operator also which is used to compare two values. Okay. So two more operator we will discuss, and then we will go to the conditional statement. Okay. So now let's pick the next operator, which is called greater than operator. Okay. So what is greater than operator? Greater than operator makes a symbol like mouth opening, alligator mouth opening. So the side side which, like, in which direction the mouth is opening, that should be greater. Okay. And the side where the mouth is closing, that side should be smaller. Then only it is correct. If that is not happening, then it is incorrect. And if it is incorrect, it will give us false. And if it is correct, it will give us true. So suppose, let me just take the same example, and someone again enter the number inside the variable n, and this time they have entered 7. Now you guys tell me that 7 is a bigger number than 5 or not? I think yes, 7 is a bigger number than 5. So it is correct. If it is correct, it will give us true. So this become true. Okay. Now let's pick another condition. So it is true. Now let's pick another condition, and this time user enter a different number, which is 3. So this time user enter with his keyboard, he entered 3. So now again we are checking, 3 is a bigger number than 5? I don't think so. So if it is not a bigger number than 5, then it becomes false. Okay. So that is how we compare two sides, left side and right side, by picking different mathematical symbols, or we can say comparison operator. So that is called comparison operator. Now here one more comparison operator we can see, and then we will move to the next topic. So let's pick another operator. This is called less than operator. So here the mouth is opening towards the left side, not to the right side, towards the left side. And if the number which is in the right side, sorry, the mouth is opening towards the right side, not in the left side. And if the number is bigger in the right side as compared to the left side, then it is correct. Otherwise, it is incorrect. So let's pick the example. Let's choose this example only. So what we are actually telling, that 3 is a smaller number than 5 or not. It is the smaller number than 5. So it is correct. So it will give us true. Okay. So that is how we use these symbols to compare left side value to the right side value. Okay. So I hope you understand comparison operator. Now let's move to the next topic, which is called conditional statement. Okay. So let's pick that also. Okay. So what is conditional operator? So condition, in the conditional operator, we have a condition and there will be two answers for the condition. It can be yes or it can be no. So according to the answer, we will do our task. So if it is yes, we will do one task, and if it is no, then we will do another task. Let's see with the pictorial representation so that we can understand it better. Okay. So I hope everybody, like every parent, give you this condition in the exam time. So like, I don't know about you, but my parents always give me this condition and I never like it. So what is the condition? That if the mass is greater than 80, then you will get an iPhone. But in my case, there will be no iPhone. It will be some simple price. But you can see with this example that if the mass is greater than 18, then you will get the iPhone. So if you got more than 80 marks, then it is yes. See, it is yes. And if it is yes, then you will get a prize iPhone. But if this you didn't get the marks more than 80, then what will happen? It is no, right? The condition becomes no. And if it is no, you have to go to the tuition. Okay. So this is how the conditional statement works. You have a condition, there will be two answers for the condition, either yes or no. And according to the answer, we have to do the task. We have already seen the example. Okay. One more example we can take. Suppose I want to see who is more than 18 to give the vote. So if the age of a person is more than 18, then he can vote, else he cannot vote. So how we can check it? The user will enter the number and then we can decide. If it is yes, then you can give the vote. We have assigned a task with yes, that the task is you can give the vote. And if it is no, then we have assigned another task for you that you can't give the vote. So that's how the conditional statement working. Okay. So I hope both thing is clear for everyone. And now we can do the activity so that we understand this concept more clearly. So I'm going to share the screen again and I'm going to pick my screen. So here I have done the previous activity. So I will create another project to do this activity. So here I will create another project. So the project, I have to make the project in basic Python. So I will click on create button and here I have to mention the activity name. So what is the activity name? Activity name is display weekdays. Okay, so this is the activity name. So I will put the activity name display weekdays, and here I have already selected the project which is called PyCode. Okay, so I will press the create button and it will create a new project for me. Okay, so I hope it has created. See here, it has created a new project for me, display weekdays. When I double click on this project, it will open a new screen for me, and in that screen I will do the project. Okay, I will do that activity. Now how to do the activity? I have created some steps and we will go step by step to do the activity. So let's understand the first step, what we have to do. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen for a minute and I'm going to go to the document one more time. Here I have write down the step number 1. So what is step number 1? We have to create a variable. Okay, we have to create a variable, and then why we need to create a variable? So that user can enter the number of weeks in number. So we have to do the step number one. So let's do the step number one and let's see how we can do that. Okay, so in the step number one, what I have written, create a variable. So let's create the variable. So I will click on variables, then I will click on create a variable, and then I have to name the variable. So for this activity, I will name the variable week. Okay, weeks. So this is the name of the variable. If you want, you can change the name of the variable as you want. Okay, but I want to put my variable name weeks. When I press OK, it will create a variable. So quickly, everyone, please create the variable and then we will move to the next point. Okay, so after this, I will take this block, and now how to take the number from the user. For that, user has to use the keyboard, and for using the keyboard, we need to take a block which is called input block. So I will pick a block, input block, so that user can enter the number of days. So I will take it. Now, how did user know that they have to enter the number of weeks, number of days? For that, we have to write the message inside this box. So I will put my message, enter the number of days. Now, when user sees this message, he will get to know that he has to enter the number of days. Now, quickly do this part, and then we will move to the next part. Okay, now after making this can take anything. It can take words, letter, and a decimal number. It can take anything right now. But what I want, when user enter a number, he can only enter the number, not any word, not any letter, not anything. Okay, so for making this, I will go to conversion and I will take a block called int block. So if I put my input block inside the int block, now the user can only put the number, not word, not letter, not decimal number, only number. So if I connect it like this, now user can only take the number. Okay, I hope this is clear. So quickly you can connect it and then we can move to the next part. Okay. Okay, so I think all of you have done it. Now let's move to the next part. I will go to the output and I will show what number user has put. So for that, I will use print block. Okay, and inside the print block, first I will write a message. So what is the message? To write the message, I have to take this block, and inside the message is your number is. Okay, and now I will show my the number that user has put in the weeks. So let's run this code and see it is working or not. So suppose, because I use int, I cannot use words. I want to use apple. I want to enter apple. Now, if I enter apple, it will show me the error. Okay, it is showing the error. Now, apple or letter or word is not allowed. So only the number is allowed now because of this int block. So I'm running the code again, and I'm putting the number. So I will put the number 1. Okay, your number is 1. Now the problem is how we want user will only put the number between 1 to 7 because there are 7 days in a week. Now how to do that? I will put the message here so that user will read the message and he will only put the number between 1 to 7. So I will use between 1 to 7. So he will, when he read the message, he will put the number between 1 to 7 only. Okay. Now, after this, what we will do, we will check if the user enter 1, then we will check whether it has entered 1 or not. For that, we have to use the conditional statement. Okay. So for using the conditional statement, we have a block called if and else block. So as I told you, let me just show the document one more time. As I told you that to put the condition, we have to use the if block, okay? And if the condition is happening, right? If your mask is more than 80, then it is yes. So you will put the task inside the if block. And if that is not happening, for example, you got less marks than 80, then what will happen? You need to put it in the else block. So let's see that, okay? Now, where to find out the conditional statement? I will go to the logic, and inside the logic, there is a block called if block. So let's understand this. So what is our first condition? Whether the user has entered one or not. So to actually check it, we need to use the operator, and that operator is logical operator, and we will use double equal to. So in the left side, we will put the variable, and in the right side, we will put the number. So let's put the variable in the left side. So if week equals to, and now let's put the number 1. Okay. So if week equals to number 1, then what will happen? We will print Monday. So let's print Monday then. So to put the message, we have to take this double quotes block, and here I will put Monday. Okay. Now let's run this small code and let's see how it works. So I want to put 1, enter, and my day is Monday. Okay. Now what will happen if the user doesn't enter 1? Then can you see this setting icon here? Click on this setting icon, and there is a block called else block. We will connect the else block. So if the task is not happening, then we will put another task in the else block. So if it is yes, we will put inside the if block, and if it is no, then we will put inside the else block. So if it is not number 1, then what we will print? We will print please enter correct number. Okay. Please enter correct number. Okay. Now let's run it and let's see how it will look. So if I enter 1, it will show Monday. Okay, because it is happening. And I'm going to run it again, and I'm going to put 8. The number is 8. So it is not happening, right? Week inside the week, we are not storing 1. So what it will show? It will show the message, please enter the correct number. Okay. So I hope this is clear for everyone, and I hope there will be no doubt for that. Okay. So if you didn't do this much, you can quit, and then we will move to the next part. Okay, so I hope everybody has done it, and now, but here there is a problem. We have to show 7 days, and we only show 1 day. So to show 7 days, we have to make multiple condition. We have to make multiple condition. So how to make multiple condition? Again, for making multiple condition, we need to again click on this setting icon, and there is a block called else if. So we will take this block between if and else block like this. So how many condition we have to show? We have to show 7 condition. We have already shown 1 condition, so we have to show 6 condition more. So to display Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's put 6 else if block. Okay, we have done it. So inside this else if, we will put the same condition, but the number of days will be changed. Okay, so quickly do 6 else if, and then we will move to the next part of this code. Okay, I hope everybody has done it. So we have to again put the similar condition. So if In the left side, we will put our variable. So we are comparing the variable with our number. So if user entered 2 in weeks, then it will be if user entered 2. So if user entered 2, what we will print? We will print Tuesday. And just like this, we have to print different days according to the number entered by the user. So let's quickly finish it, and then we will move to the next next necessary topic. Okay, now again we have to do the same task, only we have to change the number. So instead of doing it again and again, what I will do, I will put my cursor here and I will right click on it. So there is an option of duplicate. When I press that duplicate button, then I will get a duplicate of my code. So I will connect it here, and here the number of days will become 3. So if the week equals to 3, which means user entered 3 number, then we will print Wednesday. Okay, and just like this we have to print up to Sunday. Okay, so let's quickly finish it. Number of days is 4, print is Thursday, number of days is 5, print will be Friday, number of days is 6, print will be Saturday, and if the number of days is 7, then the print will be Sunday. Okay, so you can finish it quickly, and then we will check our activity. Okay, I think all of you have done you have completed the activity. Now let's check it is correct or not. So if I press the run block, I have to enter the number of days. So suppose I want to show Friday. So I will put 5, and when I enter it, it will show Friday to me. Okay, let's run it again and let's check it one more time. Suppose I want to show Sunday. So I will put 7 and it will show Sunday to me. Okay, suppose I want to show Wednesday. Okay, so what I will do, I will put 3. When I enter, it will show Wednesday. Okay, so this is how you can display number of days in a week by using conditional statement. One more thing we can add to this program, that is, I want to repeat this process more than one time. So suppose I want to repeat this process 7 times. So to repeat this process 7 times, we have a block called repeat block. So if I put this code inside the repeat block, I can repeat this task that many of times. Suppose I want to repeat it 7 times. So I will put this block inside the repeat block and it will repeat 7 times. Okay, so let's go. So where we will find the repeat block? Inside the loops. And here you will get repeat times. Inside this empty box, you need to mention the number. Like suppose you want to repeat it 7 times, you will put 7 here. And now I will put my complete code inside the repeat block. Now, how many times I want to repeat it? 7 times. So I will take the number 7 here. Now, let's display each and every day in our code. So enter 1, Monday, and now you can see it is showing 7 times Monday, but we don't have to do it like this. So what we can do, we don't have to repeat it like this. So we can skip this part for right now, and we can see first check it normally. Okay, so enter 1 Monday, then if you enter 2 Tuesday, and so on. If you enter 3 Wednesday, and so on. Now if you enter a wrong number, then what will happen? Suppose I enter 9, then it will show us the message. Okay, now what we will do, we will see the repeat block one more time. So we will put the entire activity inside the repeat block, and we will put the number here. So I want to repeat it 7 times, so I will put 7 here. And if I run it, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. And if I enter a wrong number, then it will show the message, please enter the correct number. So you can see we have repeated the same activity 7 times. Okay, so this is how this code will work. Okay, I hope you understand each and every line. Now we can, now let's discuss the next part of this session. And for discussing this, Akshay sir will discuss the next part of the session. Yes sir, over to you.
Thank you, Raju, for a wonderful session. I hope everyone enjoyed the session over here, right? So from here, I'll just take over. And what we will do, जो भी हमने अब तक किया था, ठीक है, हम उसका करेंगे अब एक recap, right? हम सब revise करेंगे हमने अब तक जो भी learn किया था. I hope everyone is ready for this, right? So I will share my screen and I'll show you कि हमने क्या किया है आज, right? तो आज की हमारी एक्टिविटी थी डिस्प्ले वीकडेज. अब इसका मोटिव क्या था, राइट? इसका मोटिव ये था कि हम कोई भी नंबर एंटर करें और माय प्रोग्राम शुड बी इंटेलिजेंट इनफ, राइट? कि हमने अपने अपने प्रोग्राम को ट्रेन कर दिया है कि वो बताए कि आपको नंबर बता रहे हैं और कंप्यूटर बता रहा है मुझे कि व्हाट इज द कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग डे, राइट? कि 1 एंटर कर रहे हैं तो हमारा मंडे होना चाहिए, 2 हमारा है सेकेंड डे ऑफ द वीक इज ट्यूसडे. तो इस तरीके से हम कंप्यूटर को प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं, उसको इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रहे हैं, सो इट कैन टेल मी अकॉर्डिंग टू द नंबर आई एंटर. ठीक है, तो ये हमारा मोटिव था, राइट? तो जल्दी से हम क्या करते हैं, इसको रिवाइज करते हैं. ठीक है, सो लेट्स बिगिन. हमने कैसे कैसे किया था, एक काम करेंगे, मैं स्टार्टिंग सारा कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, तो पहले हमारा काम क्या था कि कंप्यूटर मेरे से पूछे कि आप क्या चाहते हो. ठीक है, तो हमने एक नंबर इनपुट लिया था जिसका नाम था वी, राइट? तो ये रहा मेरा सेट वी. अब देखो नंबर, मैंने बताया था आपको फर्स्ट सेशन के अंदर में भी कि जब हम नंबर की बात करते हैं, नंबर आपका अल्फाबेट नंबर, डेसिमल नंबर, ये सारी अलग चीजें हैं. तो मुझे कंप्यूटर को बताना होता है पहले कि हम बात कर रहे हैं एक नंबर की. तो हम कन्वर्जन पे गए, तो मैंने पहले ही डिफाइन कर दिया कि जो मैं इनपुट लूंगा उसका टाइप क्या होगा, एक नंबर, राइट? तो हमने यहाँ पे टाइप कर दिया एंटर द number to find the weekday, let suppose. ठीक है, तो मैंने अब होगा क्या कि जैसे ये मेरा क्वेश्चन जो होगा, आप देखो यहाँ पे कंप्यूटर में से क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है. ठीक है, अब हम आते हैं नेक्स्ट, इसके नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे. हम चाहते हैं कि जो मैं एंटर करूं वो मेरा प्रिंट भी हो जाए स्क्रीन पे. तो मैंने क्या किया, मैंने उस वेरिएबल को जो मेरा कंटेनर था यूजर से इनपुट लेने के लिए, मैंने उस कंटेनर की वैल्यू प्रिंट करा दी यहाँ पे. ठीक है, फिर से इसको रन करते हैं. मैंने अगर 2 एंटर किया तो मुझे दिख रहा है कि हाँ कंटेनर के अंदर 2 है, तो मेरा प्रिंट हो गया. अब हम आते हैं नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे. अब जैसे राजू हैज टोल्ड यू कि होगा क्या, हमें यहाँ पे यूज करनी होगी कंडीशन, दैट इज योर इफ एल्स कंडीशन. तो वी गिव अ वेरी नाइस एग्जांपल जो हम सबने फेस किया है कि योर पेरेंट्स टेल यू कंडीशन कि अगर आप अच्छा करोगे तो आपके लिए ये अमेजिंग गिफ्ट है, और अगर आपने अच्छा नहीं किया तो आपको ट्यूशन जाना पड़ेगा, और वी विल स्टॉप टेलीविजन फॉर यू, वी विल स्टॉप गेम्स फॉर यू, राइट? सो यू गेट ऑल दीज थिंग्स ओवर हियर. तो यहाँ पे हम वो कंडीशन यूज करने वाले हैं, दैट इज इफ कंडीशन. ठीक है, हम आते हैं इफ कंडीशन पे. अब देखो होता क्या है, यहाँ हमारे पास ना कंडीशन के बहुत टाइप्स होते हैं। ये आपका एक होता है सिंपल इफ कंडीशन, राइट। बट अगर मेरे पास बहुत सारी कंडीशन हो तो हमारा क्या होगा, हमको बार बार कंडीशन लगानी होगी। तो उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, मैं सेटिंग्स पे गया, यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन होता है एलिफ का, ठीक है। तो मुझे कंडीशन कितनी बार लगानी है, 6 बार। क्योंकि होता क्या है, देखो 6 बार मैंने कंडीशन लगा दी। अब मुझे पता है कि अगर यूजर ने इसमें से कोई एंटर नहीं किया मतलब एक गलत नंबर होगा, ठीक है। तो ऐसे हम ऐड करते रहेंगे और कंडीशन लगाते रहेंगे हर एक के लिए, ठीक है। तो मैंने पहले कंडीशन क्या लगाई, मैंने ऑपरेटर यूज किया कि अगर वेरिएबल्स की वैल्यू जो है किसकी इक्वल है, इनपुट 1, या आप नंबर 1 भी ले सकते हो, चलो हम सेम रखते हैं, सॉरी लेट्स कीप इट सेम। मैंने लिया उसका नंबर 1, कि अगर जो नंबर यूजर एंटर कर रहा है दैट इज इक्वल टू 1, तो क्या प्रिंट होगा स्क्रीन पे, स्क्रीन पे प्रिंट होगा मंडे, राइट, यस। तो प्रिंट होगा मंडे। अब मुझे नेक्स्ट कंडीशन भी लगानी है। तो स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज टेल मी, अगर यहाँ पे हम 2 करेंगे तो क्या प्रिंट होना चाहिए। आई वांट आंसर्स इन द चैट बॉक्स। यस स्टूडेंट्स, fill the answers with your fill the chat box with your answers. Right, so we'll be having over here, sorry, it's Tuesday, ठीक है। हम ऐसे रिपीट करते रहेंगे। then it comes 3 over here, 3 पे क्या आएगा, Wednesday, और 4 पे क्या आएगा हमारा Thursday। तो दिस प्लेटफॉर्म आपको ये एक्सेस दे रहा है कि आप यहाँ पे इस तरीके से डुप्लीकेट भी कर सकते हो। अब मुझे और कंडीशन ऐड करनी है, मतलब मुझे एल्स इफ ब्लॉक को और ऐड करना पड़ेगा। तो थर्सडे के लिए हो गया, फ्राइडे, सैटरडे, संडे, तो हम 3 और ऐड करेंगे, ठीक है। पहले हम इतना करते हैं। तो हमने 5 के लिए कर दिया, 6 के लिए कर दिया, और फिर हम करते हैं लास्ट जो है 7 के लिए। हमें क्या करना है, हर कंडीशन के कोरेस्पॉन्डिंग मुझे ये बताना है कि उसे प्रिंट क्या करना है स्क्रीन पे। फ्राइडे, then next thing that comes is your Saturday, और next thing that comes is Sunday, ठीक है। अब मान लो यूजर ने क्या किया, गलती से उसने एंटर कर दिया 10, तो मुझे बताओ क्या आना चाहिए स्क्रीन पे, राइट। कि हमने प्रोग्राम में हम ऐसा क्या लिखें कि अगर गलती से यूजर ने अपार्ट फ्रॉम दी 7 नंबर्स यूजर हैज एंटर्ड एनी अदर नंबर, तो क्या डिस्प्ले होना चाहिए, हमको ये डिस्प्ले होना चाहिए कि आपने ना गलत नंबर को एंटर कर दिया है। यू हैव टू एंटर द नंबर इन द रेंज और नंबर इन बिटवीन 1 to 7, राइट। तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम ऐड कर देंगे सिंपल एक एल्स कंडीशन, ठीक है। एक एल्स कंडीशन को हम ऐड कर देंगे नीचे लास्ट में एकदम, ठीक है। जैसे मैंने बताया था आपको, हमने जैसे आई गिव यू एग्जांपल ऑफ आवर पेरेंट्स, ठीक है। तो हमने एक सिंपल कंडीशन ली थी, या तो ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो, अगर सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो रही तो हमारा था, तो ये वाला मतलब यू कैन से दिस विल बी डन, इफ दिस सेटिस्फाइड देन दिस हैज टू बी डन। अगर वो सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हो रही देन द सेकंड ऑपरेशन विल टेक प्लेस। तो मैंने वहां पे ये प्रिंट करा दिया कि enter a number between 1 and 7, right? So this has to be done, right? तो हमने सारा प्रोग्राम रेडी कर दिया है। Now what's the time for? The time is to check the output. Let's do this. I enter any number, let's suppose मैंने 1 एंटर किया, it is giving Monday। मैंने 5 एंटर किया, it is giving me Friday, okay? इसी तरीके से मैंने कोई भी नंबर अगर एंटर किया, मैं 9 एंटर किया मान लो, ठीक है। तो क्या बता रहा है ये, I have to enter a number that is between 1 and 7, right? So like these things we have to do. अब एक और चीज, हमने एक छोटा सा कंसेप्ट आज और फोकस किया था, जो था आपका रिपीट, ठीक है। अब रिपीट का मतलब क्या होता है हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में, कि अगर हम कोई भी चीज रिपीट कर रहे हैं लाइक अगर आपको मूव करना होता है तो क्या करते हो, अपने पैरों के मोशन को रिपीट करते हो, दैट इज हाउ यू मूव फॉरवर्ड, राइट। इसी तरीके से यहाँ पे क्या मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो ये प्रोग्राम में हो रहा है, मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरा सारा का सारा पार्ट मल्टीपल टाइम्स रिपीट हो, ठीक है। हमारे हमारे पास क्या तरीके हैं उसके, या तो मैं ये इतना बड़ा कोड बार बार लिखूं, ठीक है, तो इससे क्या होगा, मेरा प्रोग्राम बड़ा हो जाएगा और मेरे लिए कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाएगा समझने में। हम बनेंगे स्मार्ट यहाँ पे, ठीक है, तो वी विल थिंक स्मार्टली ओवर हियर, और विदाउट मेकिंग दिस प्रोग्राम लेंदी, हम एक कंसेप्ट यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे जिसका नाम होता है रिपीट, ठीक है। सो पाइथन के अंदर एक आपका लॉजिक होता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं रिपीट लॉजिक। तो हम लॉजिक के अंदर गए, सॉरी लूप्स के अंदर गए, बिकॉज रिपीट क्या है, आपका एक लूप है। तो मैंने रिपीट ब्लॉक लिया और मैंने अपना सारा का सारा प्रोग्राम उठा के इसके अंदर डाल दिया कि जो भी मेरे सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस थे मेरे को सब के सब रिपीट करने हैं। इनपुट पे गया, मैंने यहाँ पे नंबर एंटर किया जितना मुझे एंटर करना है, लाइक 7 टाइम्स मुझे रिपीट करना है, ठीक है। तो अब मैं 1 करूंगा तो हुआ क्या, देखो फर्स्ट टाइम रन करा, ठीक है, पर सेकेंड टाइम फिर से आ गया बिकॉज मैंने इसको रिपीट किया है, ठीक है। तो हम मल्टीपल टाइम्स तो कर सकते हैं, 4, देखो 5, 6, 7, सॉरी 7। तो आई वॉन्ट टू, आप अपना आप देखो, 7 टाइम मैंने 7 टाइम लिखा ना यहाँ पे, तो आपका प्रोग्राम 7 टाइम्स रिपीट हुआ, उसके बाद अपने आप स्टॉप हो गया, ठीक है। तो दिस इज अबाउट द रिपीट ब्लॉक दैट वी हैव यूज्ड, ठीक है। चलो स्टूडेंट्स, अब इट्स योर टाइम, आपने ये लॉजिक समझा, ठीक है। अब आई वांट कि मुझे आप बताओ कि जो हमने आज सीखा, हम इसकी हेल्प से और कौन सी एक्टिविटीज बना सकते हैं, बताओ। आई वांट इन द चैट बॉक्स, students, I can see a chat box, so tell me what all things can we do, बताओ स्टूडेंट्स, I'm waiting कि हम क्या क्या कर सकते हैं जो हमने आज सीखा इस एक्टिविटी से। बस ट्राई। हमने देखो पहला एग्जांपल जो बहुत इजी है, हमने पहले क्या किया था, वेरी गुड, आई हैव गॉट अ रिप्लाई फ्रॉम रघु एम कि वी कैन डू फॉर मंथ, दैट्स वेल डन रघु, राइट। तो मंथ मतलब हमने एंटर किया कोई भी नंबर बिटवीन 1 and 12, चाहे 1 हो, 2 हो, 3 हो, कोई भी नंबर हो। तो जैसे ही हमने नंबर एंटर किया, मेरा प्रोग्राम क्या कर रहा है, माय प्रोग्राम इज टेलिंग मी कि इस नंबर के कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग आपका ये मंथ नेम है। One more reply I've got from Roshan Chaudhary, that is age group, that also can be done, right। तो अगर आपको एज ग्रुप को डिफाइन करना है कि इधर यू आर अडल्ट, यू आर अ टीन, ओके, और यू आर स्टिल अ किड, तो हम ये भी कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि हमने कैटेगरीज को डिवाइड कर दिया कि हाँ, अगर आप 18 प्लस हो, या अगर आप टीन एज में हो, या अगर आप you are a kid, so all these things can also be done. Anything else you can think of? Yes, students, think. Anyone? Chalo, okay. So do you have any questions? Yeah. Any questions, anyone? Yes, I'm getting some good concepts as well. Factorial program, that is good. हम वो भी learn करने वाले हैं to just give you some enthusiasm, students, कि ये अभी तो start है, असली मूवी बाकी है अभी। जो इतने सारे इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक्स हैं, वी हैव गॉट सो मेनी प्रोग्राम्स फॉर यू, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द एलएमएस दैट वी हैव गिवन, राइट, you will have a great learning experience with that help of LMS, right। तो आप उसको लॉग इन करना, ठीक है, उस पर एक्टिविटीज करो, आप क्विज़ेस करो, असाइनमेंट करो, राइट। तो ऑल दैट थिंग्स कैन बी डन, ठीक है। तो मुझे एक क्वेरी आई कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को एक कंसर्न है छोटा सा कि हाउ टू सबमिट द असाइनमेंट, ठीक है। तो स्टूडेंट्स, आई विल वेरी क्विकली टेल यू कि आप अपना असाइनमेंट कैसे कर सकते हो सबमिट, ठीक है, और फिर हम इसे कंक्लूड करेंगे। इतने अगर आपके कोई भी क्वेश्चंस हैं तो आप चैट बॉक्स में ड्रॉप कर सकते हो. Yes, so I'll share my screen now. Yes, तो देखो ये आपका LMS रहेगा. जब आप LMS को लॉग इन करोगे, जो आपके पास स्क्रीन आएगी वो आपकी ये वाली स्क्रीन होगी. ठीक है, आप प्रोग्राम को ओपन करते ही लेट सपोज आपका जो पहला जो आपका सेशन था, हमने क्या किया था, थिंक का नंबर. आपको उसका असाइनमेंट सबमिट करना है. क्विज करने के लिए बहुत इजी है. यहाँ पे क्लिक किया आपने और आपने अटेम्प्ट पे क्लिक कर दिया. यहाँ पे आपका ऑप्शन आएगा अटेम्प्ट द क्विज नाउ. ठीक है, तो आप क्विज को अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो. अगर आपको सबमिट करना है अपना असाइनमेंट, राइट, तो आपको क्लिक करना है असाइनमेंट ऑप्शन पे और यहाँ पे आपको ऑप्शन आएगा मेक अ सबमिशन. जस्ट 1 मिनट, just a minute please student, I'll just show you. And over here. ठीक है, अगर मुझे असाइनमेंट को सबमिट करना है तो यहाँ पे आप क्लिक करो. ठीक है, फिर आपके पास यहाँ पे ऑप्शन आएगा ऐड अ सबमिशन. बिकॉज हमें करना क्या है, हमें अपना जो हमारी एक्टिविटी है हमें सबमिट करना है उसको. तो आप कैसे कर सकते हो, जो आपने प्रोग्राम बनाया, ठीक है, आप उसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने इसका यहाँ पे स्क्रीनशॉट ले लिया. ठीक है, मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट लिया इसका और मुझे करना क्या होगा, मैं जाऊंगा ऐड सबमिशन पे. राइट, मैं ऐड सबमिशन पे गया. आपको यहाँ पे इसको करना है अपलोड. ठीक है, तो आपको यहाँ पे उसको अपलोड करना होगा और फिर सेव चेंजेस और आपके पास ऑप्शन आएगा सबमिट करने का. राइट, तो स्टूडेंट्स यू हैव टू फॉलो दीज स्टेप्स और इसकी हेल्प से आप असाइनमेंट, क्विज सब कर सकते हो. और यहाँ पे आपके क्विज वगैरह भी हैं, जिसकी अगर आपको कोई भी हेल्प चाहिए कि आपको ये चीजें करनी कैसे हैं, तो हमने एक फाइल ऐड कर रखी है जो है LMS एंड कोडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म सपोर्ट डॉक्यूमेंट. आप इस पे जाओ और आपको जो भी सीखना है कि प्लेटफॉर्म कैसे लॉग इन करना है, कोडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म कैसे खोलना है, सेशन लाइव वाला कैसे ज्वाइन करना है, ठीक है, लॉगिंग इन, पोस्टिंग अ डाउट एंड डिस्कशन फॉर्म, सबमिटिंग असाइनमेंट, सबमिटिंग अ क्विज, आपके लिए सारा रिसोर्स आपके LMS पे ही अवेलेबल है. ठीक है, आप लॉग इन करो और आपको सारा सपोर्ट LMS से मिल जाएगा. Okay, students, right. So any questions that we have from anyone? Right, और जो आज सेशन की रिकॉर्डिंग होगी वो भी आपको LMS से मिल जाएगी. या जो स्टूडेंट्स हु आर एब्सेंट उनके लिए भी ये एडवांटेज है कि वो अपना LMS प्लेटफॉर्म खोल के दे कैन वॉच द रिकॉर्डिंग, दे कैन डू द क्विज एंड असाइनमेंट एनी टाइम. ओके, जो हम प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स, आपको कहीं और जाने की जरूरत है ही नहीं. आप जब अपना LMS प्लेटफॉर्म खोलोगे तो उसमें ऑप्शन आता है प्लेटफॉर्म लिंक का. तो जैसे आप प्लेटफॉर्म लिंक पे क्लिक करोगे ऑटोमेटिकली आपका कोडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म खुल जाएगा और क्रेडेंशियल्स आपको मिल जाएंगे अपने टीचर्स से. एनीथिंग एल्स स्टूडेंट्स, एनीथिंग यू वांट टू आस्क फ्रॉम मी? Chalo, that's great. So you all were really great today. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed this session. Okay. Now I'll conclude with this session over here for today. Right. So let's conclude with this. And in the next session, we'll be continuing from here and we'll be having much more fun learning all these Python activities. Right. So yeah. So let's just end with this. And 1 minute, please. Right. So here we are. So let's conclude the session for today and we'll be continuing from here in the next session. Okay. Bye everyone. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye everyone.